Grant Writing by Coley and Scheinberg, Chapter 6, Writing of Goals, Objectives, and the Implementation Plan. Grant Writing. Slide 1. Goals versus Objectives. Often people get confused between the terms goals and objectives. Goals respond to identified needs or problems and are statements of the ultimate mission. Goals also represent an ideal or hoped-for state of desired change. They are often broad, idealistic, non-measurable statements that are ambitious and not attainable over a short period of time. On the contrary, objectives represent the immediate desired and measurable outcomes essential for achieving ultimate goals. Objectives are often more tangible evidence of the desired state that was achieved. An example might be the goal of a program being the elimination of child abuse, while the objective of that goal is to improve family functioning by 25%. It must be kept in mind that objectives are also expected results and are the steps you may take to reach a goal. Slide 2, the Implementation Plan. The implementation plan is one of the most essential components of your grant writing. It is the nuts and bolts of the proposal and provides a clear account of what you plan to do, who you will do it with, what time frame the activities will be accomplished. A well-defined implementation plan of action is important to indicate to funders the reasonableness and rationality for achieving your desired results. The implementation plan also provides explanations to how objectives will be achieved. This is where you're able to show organizations the passion that you have about your proposal. Formulating a systematic implementation plan. First of all, we have our preparatory activities, which are important activities to get the program underway. Some of the activities that you might see in the preparatory activities are developing staffing plans, selecting a site, or ordering special equipment. Next, you may see program-related activities, which are specific into every different program. First of all, you may see 5 different categories of human services programming, the first one being training or education programs. This could involve career development workshops or job preparation education. And then the second one would be information development and dissemination, which could include an ad campaigning for drug abuse prevention or a videotape on AIDS prevention. The next might be counseling, self-efficacy, or other support services. This may include support groups for victims of abuse and violence or a crisis hotline. The next you might see is a provision of resources or changing conditions. This could include programs revolving around meals for older adults, youth recreation programs, or transportation for disabled persons. And then the final human resources programming category would be advocacy and systems change. This could include education reform, healthcare coverage for low-income families. Grant Writing, Coley and Scheinberg, Chapter 7, Writing the Evaluation Plan by Megan Frieder. There are 2 perspectives to take a look at when discussing who benefits from the evaluation plan. First are the funders, and second is the organization. From the funder's perspective, the results of the evaluation may be used to do the following. It asks, were the funds used appropriately, and whether the objectives, which are the same objectives that were stated in the proposal, are they accomplished? Secondly, are the benefits worth the cost? Thirdly, does it assist in the development of future objectives? These objectives address the same sort of needs and problems as stated throughout the grant. And thirdly, does it promote positive public relations through the advertising and benefits derived through their funded projects? Secondly, we look at the benefits of an evaluation from an organization's perspective. Some of those benefits being that the evaluation really forces organizations to clarify their program objectives in order to make them measurable. Secondly, it refines approaches to service. It helps the agency to refine its approaches to services through a continuation manner. Thirdly, it provides feedback. This feedback relates to the level of effort and cost required for the task. This feedback could also be used for future references if changes were needed to be made for the future. Thirdly, it increases organizations' capacity. This greater capacity involves knowledge about population the grant is serving and also the effectiveness of their interventions. Thirdly, it assists organizations to communicate benefits. These benefits are to the public and which in turn get the word out, leading to higher public support and increased public support. And lastly, it assists organizations in program development. It assists other organizations in this program development because of the dissemination of the results. In conclusion, there are 4 steps to prepare the evaluation plan. Number 1. State the expected outcomes or results. The implementation plan represents your theory about what will work and how to achieve those types of changes. Because this is so important, having a well-constructed and realistic outcomes are essential in the building of an evaluation plan. Number 2. Determine the type of evidence that is needed. These indicators measure, observe, or quantify these types of outcomes. Also, you must define the amount of improvement necessary in measurable terms. Number 3. Develop a data collection plan. You want to consider cultural factors, response sets, interpretation of the meanings of different types of words, and also mistrust or suspicion of how the data will be used. For all of these different factors can affect the reliability of the results. And then number 4, lastly, identify data analysis and reporting procedures. Asking the question, how will you represent the data? You must review your evaluation instruments to ensure that you have included all of the variables you may need, and also appropriate methods to obtain the data so you can gain maximum benefits from the effort.